So are we streaming now? Okay. Hey guys, it's me, Kurisu. So, to start off with this, I just want to say I started watching Beastars a while ago. And just recently, I ended the first season. I just finished watching the first season, actually. And after I finished the first season of Beastars, the whole thing with Legoshi and Haru, the wolf and the rabbit, it got me thinking that, earlier, it got me thinking that I tried recording all of it, saying that, it's making me scared of the world that we live in these days. It really is. That, all of us are having to continue to fight for what we all believe in. Have to fight for, freedom and positivity in the world. It made me think that I've been the middleman, the middle husky wolf. Having to be the middleman, thinking that, what was I said to say that? Up around here, the world nowadays is just unforgiving. And it really starting to show how people have to fight in this world. What I mean is, I feel all different. That's what I meant. I do take pride in being a geek, even though I'm too old. I do take pride in being a geek and, trying to have fun and all. Trying to have fun and sharing stuff with people. Trying to build a community. And I've been feeling like the middle person of trying to lean forward, being a part of having positivity and making a community, and between that and the urges to become such a savage beast of negativity, just ruining the whole thing that I have going, that self-destructing myself, making me have such self-doubt. And I'm trying to fight myself to make a better day, a better tomorrow, a better sense of community. But in these recent days, I've been reminded on how clearly obnoxious I've been. Especially toward people on VR chat that are such trolls, and in the heat of competition, make me so in fear of making an enemy every 10 minutes that, like, every person in the world is making me feel like every 10 minutes that I could end up making, like, an enemy or a friend. And, like, right now, it's starting to lean toward more enemy territory rather than friend. But what I'm trying to say is, like, the world is being so unforgiving nowadays. And I'm really starting to feel like Legoshi. I try to please one set of people, and I end up angering another set of people. Like, I'm trying to please one set of people with my content, my drawing, my creativity that I try to, like, make stuff for people and also have fun with others. But at the same time, like, sometimes I just don't feel like I'm that good enough. That I'm starting to doubt myself. Like, am I that different than other people? If I'm just hiding behind positivity, trying to mask the fact that, trying to mask under negativity the seething, boiling rage that deep within my soul that I have to feel every day, that I have to keep myself from constantly complaining about many, 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 many things. Like, I keep praising online that we need to, like, gather hope and positivity and not fight with each other in real life or the internet. But then I start thinking, I am that not much any different. I'm not much different than the rest of the world. Because even I have moments where I'm, like, complaining to the whole entire world, complaining that life isn't fair, things should be going like this, things should be going like that, and I'm just like, I just don't know what I'm supposed to do in this world. Like, I'm trying to fit in. Like, I'm really trying to fit in as much as I can here. Showing as much of my collection that I keep gaining month after month after month. And I'm just like, yeah. Like, still, I don't know what to do. Easily I could bare my fangs. Easily I could just go to a random lobby, go into a random game and pick a fight for absolutely no reason at all. Like, oh, you do this and this? Like, But I'm trying to fight that urge. and I'm trying to fight the urge from making the whole world pay after what had happened to me years ago. Because, like, years ago, I was that person who ended up not being sociable. Even though I tried, I was not that person to be sociable. That I was picked on so many times during my life. And I refuse to believe that it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. And I'm trying to build up my creativity prowess so that I can contribute something to this world. Most people have some semblance of actual decency. And that's where I come to. Most of the people online, most of the people around the world actually do respect me. And respect who I am as a person, who I am as a creator, who I am, like, who I am in general. And some are willing to not. Some are willing to take, like, me being, like, an obnoxious geek who, like, I'm derailing from a train of thought that I had. I was on a roll, but thing is, like, most people hate me being obnoxious. Others can't, and that's fine. But in the recent years, I'm starting to slowly realize that me being obnoxious is not going to work all the time. And I really do need to work on that. As a person, like, even 28 years, I'm still having to learn how people act and what I need to do to be around other people that can actually support me in the long run. Not just going up to a random person like, you are my enemy until you're proven my friend. Like, that kind of sociable profiling. Where I was back in the day when I was, like, making art for Affinity, DeviantArt. And there's been people that like me making content, making art, stories. And there have been people who have not, and given me criticism that gets to show me that a bunch of other people might not like what I've been doing, want to give me criticism, and that's fine. And I am not taking that into account. Like, that's where I feel like I am not as different as the rest of the world is. Because any sort of social, like, any sort of, things like that, sort of, any sort of confrontation where they have to make me realize, like, I don't want to be in altercations. I just want to be in, like, conversations. hi, how are you? Like, what are you into? And how was your day going? I want to be that kind of guy, like, each and every day, each and every time I greet my friend, even though it's gonna be, like, taxing and hard and, no, like, every time there's criticism involved with how I am or how I make things. In the past, I tend to take it with so much of a grain of salt I don't want to hear it. When in fact, I actually do need to hear it. But I didn't want to hear it, and that's what causes people to have kind of a negative reaction to me. Like, that is only natural. And I'm trying to take certain criticism and advice on how to get better, on how to better express myself, as it were. And, really starting to get to me, especially with Beast Wars. Starting to make me realize the state of the world now is. That it's a dog-eat-dog world, and that, we have to fight for balance and social ability, creativity. We have to fight to reset our innermost urges that we were born with. And it's just, it's hard fighting the urges to just be such a nasty person after I spent a few years trying to build a community of people that I've been trying to gather for such a long time. So yeah, I've been oh, hey Brony for life. Yeah. Thank you, Brony for life. I'm glad that you respect me in that term. And I respect you too. I know how people are with bringing great matters of conflict. People want to be so savage because they think it's cool. Some people don't realize that that kind of way of thinking can actually hurt a person until it's too late. And I'm seeing this here in my chair, looking at things in the world, looking at YouTube videos of public freakouts and Reddit stories, making me think the whole world is crazy, and I know that there's people in the world that I can respect, and I kind of feel like I'm in the middle of all of it. But am I really in the middle of it? Do I really feel like I am that much of a middle person when I can just as easily be like everybody else? Be like the people who are storming the Capitol just because they are mad Trump didn't win, or stuff like that. or be like that because they're expecting me to do things like trying to stand up for little kids who are going under this kind of dress online that they obviously don't need or want. And I'm just saying by like, why does that have to concern me? I'm just trying to be here as an entertainer. I don't want to get political. I don't want to get dramatic. I don't want to be in confrontation where I have to defend myself. Or be in situations where that riles me up. And it gets me to the point where, it gets me to the point where I feel like I'm trying to fight back the beast to just ruin my whole day, ruin my whole community. It just is easily, like, ruin everything. But I don't want to do that. Because the amount of support that I have from my friends and the people that do support me across social media is what matters to me. Like, I want to give to the community a sense of creativity and freedom, positivity, and a sense of community being like, hey, I like this, I want to talk to you about this, and geek out about stuff like this. And talk to me. And, like, talk to me, and we could chat, and we could have fun, and we could have so much fun together. That is what I want, like, on the inside, on one side of me. On the other side, being like, I'm so filled with enough doubt that I start complaining about everything. Like, the world doesn't like me. Like, why does the world like me? Why does the world want to hate me? What have I done to the world that makes it want to like me, hate me, whichever? And am I really that important to the world? That's what I'm, like, thinking. Am I that important to the world? That's what I've been, like, asking myself a whole lot. Especially with me making my stories against me with, pitting me against a stupid dark clone of a dragon that's been really putting it out there that most people don't like me being furry. They don't like me being this undergarment light-sheen little creep. They don't like me being this, like, cartoon light-sheen geek who has, like, a shitty microphone and can't really talk all that well. But I'm trying to make do with what I can. And I don't know. It's just, one after the other start to get a bit ingrating. And like I'm starting to realize that I'm starting to hurt, like, on the inside. Not like emotionally, but bodily. Okay, some emotionally, I guess. I can't lie. Yeah, I've been feeling a bit emotionally down. I've been physically feeling down. And I've been living with such doubt, like, does the world really want me to remain in this world if most of the majority of the world don't want me to be around? And I'm just being like, it is what it is. I still have to fight. I have to bear my fangs when necessary. And trying to be with my friends, be with my community, be with the people that matter to me most. Like, people can be just easily. I'm looking in too deep into this from a simple anime about animalistic anthropomorphic characters in a zoo setting, all about a dancing drama club with a relationship between a wolf and a rabbit, along with a deer and another gray wolf, amongst a very series of animal cast between herbivores and carnivores. But that's what it, like, all entails to, like, how ferocious the world is nowadays. Like, people are constantly fighting to try to survive in this world. And many people are just going, like, completely ballistic. And going, like, being like carnivores and herbivores between the predator and the prey. Like, it's hard to fight those animalistic urges to be like savages in the world. And that's where soon it'll be coming down to, where people are gonna act like beasts, like the zombies in those movies, where they're gonna be like they're gonna act like savages, and that scares me. That scares the living daylight out of me. How negative the world can be nowadays. And I just don't want that to happen. Not yet. But there is gonna come a time where things like that is just gonna have to be inevitable. Like, we can't really stop it. Especially since the community nowadays, especially since the majority of people nowadays are hell-bent on ruining society based on race, gender, religion. and controversy, and it's really frightening to think about. Like, I'm seeing things from an outsider perspective, and I'm slowly assuming that I'm doing my best to at least try to make a difference. At least in today's world. And I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I really do, like, realize that there's, like, a lot of people that respect me. And I do have friends among many platforms for Affinity, DeviantArt, YouTube, VRChat, and old friends from the mountain game, even on Discord, that have been trying to take the time to at least respect me in a way that I'm trying to give the respect back, but sometimes it's just kind of hard. Like, I don't know what I can do, you know? Like, I'm trying to look at the time. I got plenty of time. But anyway, I'm being like, there's so much negativity in the world. No, white man once said that there's magic that brought us together. And that magic is called hope. And that's what we need. Hope, kindness, courage, light. Not darkness, savagery, bitterness, anger, hostility. Those are the kinds of things that are going to be driving this whole planet into chaos. But that's inevitable. Like, you can't stop insanity. You can't stop chaos. And that's what I'm afraid of. That one day, everybody's gonna be gone. And that there's not gonna be any more positivity left in the world. That's what I am afraid of. And what I'm most afraid of is burying my fangs and taking my frustration and anger out on my friends who don't deserve to see me angry, to see my fangs come out, just because I'm aggravated, just because things like that tend to happen. Like, I don't want that to happen, but I know it's gonna be inevitable. No. Like, I'm being honest here. I don't want any of that to happen. Like, I don't want to bear my fame and stoop to other people low just to try to gain up on the competition here. I just want to have fun and be kind. Show my creativity around other people so that they can be inspired to show their creativity, their collection, their passion in the world that they might want or need to do. That is what I want to do. Build a sense of community in showing what I got so they show what they got, and I can compare collections and being like, oh, you got this, oh, you got that is so neat, and I wish I had that too. So it geek out about this character, geek out about that video game, geek out about this, geek out about that, and just be friends, be sociable, not be like vicious animals, being like, fuck you don't know what you're talking about, you are so dumb, you're so retarded, you're so this and that and this and that. Going into such insults makes me feel bad. Makes me ask myself, what the hell am I even doing? Like, what the fuck, Furo? Like, what the fuck, Furo, are you even doing? And you are supposed to spread positivity. You're supposed to do what you can to try to have fun with friends. Why are you doing things like this? Why are you going into situations like that where you know you're in trouble with? Where you know that you're not going to win that fight. You're not going to win this fight. You're not going to see yourself as a positive person. If you keep swearing, if you keep insulting people, just to create enemies like that, what are you even doing with your life? That is the kind of thing that I've been asking myself for a long while now. Even before I started watching Beastars. Like, what the hell am I even doing? Like, on camera, I may seem like, on camera, on images, in stories, I may seem like a nice guy. But off camera, off everywhere, I'm painting myself as this obnoxious douche. And in that setting, nobody is going to like me doing that. So, what am I even doing with my life if I can't handle myself, doing things like that? I don't want it to come into a thing where people are going to be going down my throat and castrating every part of me, being like, what the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be doing this, not doing that. And I end up being that in the long run. At the end of the day, I sort of end up being that way anyway. And then I look at myself and like, what the hell at myself? Not at anyone in particular, but at myself. Like, what was I doing? Were you having fun, or were you just making things worse in the world? That really makes me feel bad. Darcy said, trust me, I'm more of an introvert, but I still respect every single kind person. Yeah. Insanity. We are all insane. We need to have it work for us. Like it doesn't. Well, my parents don't geek out at all. My little brother does all for them. He's practically a walking geek flag, with his name being from Star Wars. Naruto never let humanity fall into full chaos, though. He had an unstoppable magic Hulk, the final Hulk. The angel rabbit said, I think you're a sweet, kind person who deserves love. We all have moments. What we do with them is learn to control those moments in our emotions. If you're having trouble and find yourself in situations you can't do on your own, then don't be afraid to ask some help. I mean, but yeah, you shouldn't really be afraid of asking help when, yeah. Thank you, Angel. That really means a lot. Thank you. That is really true. Thank you. See, that's what I mean. Like, I'm trying to build, like, a positive community just like that. Just like that. Who can give me a little bit of support when I really need it. And I honestly really needed it. So, thank you for that. At least that made me feel a little better, knowing that there are some people in the world that actually sympathize with how I've been feeling. But still, it's just... But even though with all of that support and love, it just... I just feel it cannot match the way that I've been growing up with a whole lot of hardship that made me feel like that I needed to be punished for no discernible reason. Like, I was punished from my old ex-uncle for laughing, having a good time, and just being myself. And I remember very, very early on in my early childhood that I was in this kind of daycare with a woman that is this sort of at-home daycare, like in an apartment or something. And I just remember, like, every time I would laugh or be a part of a group, I would be put in a timeout for hours. Not just in a corner, but in a bathroom. For like hours until my mom came me. And the woman would be like, "Your son is so unruly and he is not fit to be your child," or stuff like that. Well, yeah, and everybody else got to be a part of some kind of group. And most of the people in that group, like, made fun of me of always being the kid that got into punishment, always got to be sent to timeout. Like, I got made fun of that. And I always got put onto the side where I had to write a whole page of the letter C. Like, of the letter C. And I remember, like, my first year at Riverside Elementary, like, back in Bismarck, and it was like years ago, where the people who were with the Learning Service Center, like, special needs group, kept pulling me out of class for absolutely no reason at all. And I wanted so badly to be a part of the classroom, be a part of the fun learning stuff. But all I ever got to do was be pulled out of class and be trapped on that one side at the table while they were edging me to take me somewhere that is not the classroom. They were edging me to take me somewhere that I didn't feel safe going, knowing that they were going to be the kind of people that were going to be, "Listen, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you don't have any say what the matter is." And that pissed me off as a child. Not only did it piss me off, but it only pissed my mom off too, which then had me transferred to Dorothy Moses Elementary, because my mom felt like from half of the year she was wondering why was I not getting any work done. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe because the people kept pulling me out of the classroom, go into a stupid room where they're gonna be judging me and chastising me all day while I do work, while I do assignments and stuff. They kept me in that room indoors and Moses like almost all day. Rarely did I ever get to be back in the classroom, like ever. And I just wish that I would have been like, listen, you guys need to stop it. What you're doing is not helping me at all. You're just pulling me out of the classroom because you think that I am a trouble student when in fact I'm not. Plus, you're sitting me in the classroom with this stupid, obnoxious little twat of a human being who is doing nothing but insulting me and making fun of me and distracting me while I'm trying to do my work. And you're doing absolutely fuck shit about it. And I'm just supposed to take it because apparently I deserved it for being quite obnoxious with my legion of braiding a Kim Possible doll or a Digimon figure or a case of a CD player playing Kobyoko music. Ignore every person who pushes you down. Those people are only jealous that they can express themselves. I agree with Yar. You shouldn't let people put you down like that. You have people who really care about you, Kuri. No matter what you are or what you did. But that, like, I wish I had that kind of support when I felt like I was all alone. When I was such an oblivious student growing up, especially in high school, where I had no choice but to have those people feel like I need to be pushed down because of the things I was into, because of the things I did. Like, I felt like I deserved it in some capacity. Which in turn made me miss out on a whole lot of things that I could have learned about the world, like more about social interactions that I could have absorbed from one particular class that one little snot could not stop insulting me. And it was the teacher's choice to punish me and go to the principal's office instead of letting me stay and actually learn social interactions that I really needed. But no. She chose to send me out of the principal's office instead of dealing with that little snot. Rhyme fucking master. Instead of dealing with that little snot and let me learn the social interactions that I really needed in life, that I didn't get a chance to. Instead, what I got was my uncle pointing the finger in my face Don't you dare at me for leaving the house of my aunt's house to go back to my house to get something to eat because they hardly had anything that was good enough for me to eat there. And when I came back, not only did my cousin get mad at me and complain to me, but my uncle, my ex-abusive uncle, came in and chastised me for leaving my cousin home all the time when I went to go get some food because I was hungry. And I had no choice but to be pushed around like that because what was I supposed to do? Not get into a fight where I could have been arrested? That's what I hate about these memories. Like, they are like these memories I hold deep within my soul, making me feel like such a beast, making me feel so savage. Endless amounts of frustration and anger toward the people that have wronged me in the past, that I wish I could take my anger out on them now. And I'm still having to fight and remember that this is the life that I'm living now, where I want to help make a community where they can support me and also talk about things that they like as well. And also, give around the community as well. I want to share my positivity. I want to share my creativity. I want to share the kindness that I actually have here. Not anger, viciousness. Because I can get mad. I can get vicious. But I don't want to show it. Because I don't want to hurt people. Because that would in turn hurt me. And I just feel bad. But that's what makes me human, I guess. I don't know. I know I have a lot of people saying that I'm such a good person for what I've done. But I keep telling myself that a part of me thinks very differently. That's my battle. Like, I'm thankful for the people that have been there for me. But I've been really thinking very differently on how my life actually is. And I don't fault that for people who would think of me differently, but man, I just hate getting so emotional. The school system should be torn down and be rebuilt. It's not like the school system. It's the people that run it. The people that run it is the problem, not the school system. It's the people that should, like, really learn how to know better. Like, the Learning Service Center, the social studies teacher clearly didn't have the patience to keep me in there. If she knew that my temperament was a problem. Like, she would have nearly failed me if given the option. Like, what? If you two don't, like, stop yelling at each other, I'm gonna fail you both. Luckily, she didn't go through that threat, but that really set me off because that's not fair. I'm the victim of his insult, and you're not doing jack shit about it. It's not really the school system, it's the people that run it. It's the problem. Like, they don't know any better. Saying one light should not be considered troublesome. Exactly. Like my whole thing. Like my whole thing with the Bakugan. That shouldn't be troublesome to anybody at all. Just like my whole thing with the whole baby fur thing that I like to draw, with is cutesy and not at all like nasty or lewd or anything. That I'm trying to make it where it's not a problem. That is something like people can like and look at and be like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's really good artwork. Good job. That's what I want as a reaction out of people. Not going like, you do that, and like doing stuff like that. Anyway, unless it's things like bullying, then it should be stopped. Exactly. Angel says, I want the same for the world. People need to stay positive and not negative. I enjoy helping others who need it, like me. Something you got to let your anger. Something you have to let your anger out. Maybe try to point it toward video games. Play some Smash Brothers, for example. Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to get in trouble by my aunt who wants me to stay quiet sometimes. But, yeah. But even video games, I feel, don't really deserve my rage and frustration. I feel like I have to be the one to take it on myself, complain it, and just let it run through my mind, and then focus on something else. I've been so in turmoil that it's been keeping me from doing the thing that I want to do. Like, what am I actually doing with my life? Am I really that different from everybody else? I don't know. I mean, thank you, Darcy. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Brony for Life, for giving me support. Thank you, Ray Hitsuki. Thank you, Shada. Thank you, Sleepy Alistair, dear Noah. Thank you, that for actually being there for me when I need it. Like, all you guys out there have been like a family, been like a around the world family that I never had. If I would have known about things like this sooner, I would have hopped in right away and would have done like YouTube sooner. But I guess there's a thing, like, there's no time like the present. It's better late than never that I have a YouTube now, I have OBS, I have a microphone, I have a webcam, that I have a community where I can vent to and talk to and share many things with, and I want to keep going for years to come. I really am feeling scared of what the world has to offer nowadays. I am really scared. Like, I can't hide that. Every day I wake up and being like, what can I do for the world to make it that much more meaningful to be a part of this life? What can I do today? What can I do tomorrow? That is the question that I ask myself every morning. What can I do? Can I do it positively, or do I go with my instincts and go for it negatively and then hurt people? Do I think back on my bad memories and let that drive my anger towards people that don't deserve it? I don't know. I just don't want to be like a monster. I don't want to be a monster. If I end up being a monster, then I'm gonna be looking back on it and then I'm just gonna cry. Because I've hurt so many people, like, I let the beast out with no warning, and I just made it hurt so many people what I haven't already have done. And that's my biggest fear, is bearing my faith at people that don't deserve it. I don't want to do that. But yet, it is inevitable that we have to pick and choose our battles. But I'll be fine. I'll be fine, guys. Yes, I did talk to Shayla about this. Heard the quote yesterday in history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift of God. Which is why we call it the present. No. Maybe. I guess. Let them go and forget about them. And look towards the future. I want to look towards the future. I do. I do. I want to look towards the future. I want to look towards the future. But I just can't stop thinking about the bad things. I can't stop thinking about the bad things in my life. It's hard for a person like me, to let them go. Hard for a person like me to let them go, and I've been trying so very hard. It's been so very hard to not complain about the things that make me upset, make me angry, make me frustrated about the world. I'm trying to look toward more positivity. I'm trying. But I just can't. And I don't know what to do. I'm trying to look toward positivity. I'm trying. I'm trying. But I think back to my stupid asshole teacher, my stupid asshole ex-uncle, stupid asshole everyone who has been mean to me over the years, and it's never gonna change, were the people that are on the internet nowadays, people are like upset with having everything perfect, they going their way and not my way for one. I've been trying. I want to go toward the future, but I can't stop thinking about the past and what I could do to change it. It's been driving me for many, many years. I do let them hurt them emotionally. I don't know what to do. I miss my mom so much. I miss my mom so much. I need a moment. I don't know what to expect in tomorrow. What I can do is try to make it to where tomorrow's a better day. Not just for me, but for everybody else. I've been trying to work on the fact that I'm trying to have fun with my friends here. And trying to make things wholesome for people like Angel, people like Cole, people like Shada, people like Brony for life. And I'm just like, I miss my mom so much. And this is not acting. This is real. This is real tears. I really do miss my mom so much. I hate the world that we live in. I really do. I hate all this negativity. I hate all the negativity. I hate all the bad people who have to be such assholes, dicks, and bitches. Why do people have to act like such savages, or the people who are trying to make it in this world? Instead of trying to do it for the lulz, why don't you try doing something meaningful with your life? At least I'm trying to. I make stories, I make videos, I make art. Just enough for people to enjoy and have them see a glimpse of what's in my psyche. I really do need a moment. I am eternally grateful and thankful for the community that I have with me to this day. People like Shada, people like Ray, people like Brony for Life, and the whole amount of people that have subscribed with me recently. I should thank you all so much for supporting me. I should not thinking about the horrible things in the past. It would drive me to try to be young again. Like, I don't want to worry about the world, but in this day and age, I kinda have to. But I'm gonna soldier on. Tomorrow will be a better day. It always will be. I'll be alright. I'll be fine. And thank you for everybody who supported me throughout this time and continue to support me. I'm gonna go do my best to do a future commission for a friend of mine who has been eagerly waiting since yesterday. Or this morning, I should say. And get back before I need to go to bed. Shit, I do need to go to bed. Anyway, I'll wrap it up. Thank you so much, people, for watching. Thank people for seeing me this emotional where it didn't need to be in the first place. I just needed people to talk to. And I thank you all so much for watching. And I'll talk to you all later. Good night, everyone.